105.5.
Quick, Charger 240.
Hot news, cool vibes, sports, and more on the Integrity Station.
Robin James, BBC Minutes. Fire at the world's largest refugee camp has claimed at least 15 lives and injured more than 500 people. That's the word from the United Nations at the Rohingya settlement in Bangladesh.
AstraZeneca has promised more data on its US COVID vaccine trial within 48 hours. Officials have said information touted on Monday about the jab's safety and effectiveness might have been outdated.
Cricket news: hosts India have set England a target of 318 runs to win the first of their 3 one-day matches.
A coroner has found that Bobby Brown Jr., son of famous rapper Bobby Brown, died of an overdose caused by a combination of alcohol, cocaine and fentanyl. The 28-year-old died at his LA home in November.
A big moment and a big time for African music and Africans in general.
That's what Burna Boy has said as he reflects on his Grammy win for Twice as Tall, which was awarded Best Global Music Album.
Nigerian says African music is now attracting worldwide respect.
1329
BBC Minutes.
Quick, Charger 240.
Hot news, cool vibes, sports, and more on the Integrity Station.
From the top of the Fisher Building.
This is
Number one hit music station.
Splash 105.5 FM, your Integrity Station.
Splash FM 105.5.
All right, it's good to have you join us this afternoon. It's Talking Points on Splash FM here in the city of Ibadan. Today is Tuesday, the 23rd of March 2021. I hope the day has been good for you. Okay, so the weather is coming down in some form because there was rain earlier today. I'm hoping that we'll have good weather for the rest of the day. So, the idea behind the program is to look around us and see if we could, help solve a problem today. And, of course, that the issues around us keep, multiplying, and that calls for, serious talking. If you'd like to say serious introspection about nationhood in this country. So I'll be bringing to you some of the, snippets of the conversations or issues that were raised at a particular program, a webinar, if you like, that I attended. And it essentially was the 2021 Obafemi Awolowo lecture. And essentially culminating with the 112th birthday of the sage, late Chief Obafemi Awolowo. In the webinar, so to speak, the lecture was held online. In the webinar, the chairman for the occasion was the Nobel laureate himself, Wale Soyinka. You had the keynote speaker, Odia Ofemom, the popular poet and writer. Of course, you remember that he was a private secretary to Chief Obafemi Awolowo, so he was someone who knew Awolowo, in and in. And of course, you had the former Secretary General of the Commonwealth, Chief Emeka Anyoku, as well as who was the special guest of honor, and then the royal father of the day in that lecture that happened on the 6th of March. Was His Eminence Alhaji Saad Abubakar, the Sultan of Sokoto. I'm going to be bringing my deductions from that lecture. Just today, I'll let you have a feel of what these two eminent personalities said on the day. And I'm going to be bringing Emeka Ayoku's voice to the microphone, and also this Sultan of Sokoto's voice to the microphone. Hopefully, I'll be able to get the two of them into the fray for us to understand the problems of this nation and how to go about solving it. There's something that struck me in postulations of the two of them. Chief Ayoku's postulation was that we need to continue to have a nation, a one Nigeria. But he gave certain conditions for this one Nigeria to really bring development to the table for the people of Nigeria. Saad Abubakar also talked about having one Nigeria, but with the mindset that it's going to be a slow, painstaking process to get that one Nigeria, and that everybody must play their own roles. Particularly, the government must act in control. Acting in control is different from thinking that you are in control. So you must know that you are in control and act it out, so that you can send a signal to non-state actors that no, it is not their day. And essentially, when the government continues to act, maybe feign ignorance, that is when non-state actors, the tribal militias and tribal leaders begin to bring up matters to national consciousness. And when you whip sentiments a lot, when you whip up sentiments or when you whip up emotion, the implication of it is that you cause the people to feel like they have champions in the people who claim to be self-appointed militias or tribal leaders or tribal champions, if you like. Those are the issues that I'll be bringing to the table today on the program Talking Points on Splash FM here in the city of Ibadan. Quickly, a few stories from the newspapers, and then I will open the conversation around what these two eminent Nigerians have said. Of course, you cannot wave them aside, can you? So you understand that these people, when they speak with their years of activity as national leaders, you understand what I'm saying. For instance, Sultan was saying that, if in my own words now, if you've not seen war before, you'll be hungry for war. So he just said something about the Civil War. Those who saw the Civil War, you must know that they are not wishing to have another war. So let's see how things turn out on the program today. Talking Points on Splash FM. Let's start from here. The Vanguard newspaper here says, breaking, Gbajabiamila overrules Deputy Speaker, accepts diaspora chief's petition on insecurity. Oh, wow. Speaker, House of Representatives Femi Gbajabiamila has accepted the petition of the chief people from Benue State resident in the United States of America, US. It will be recalled that the Deputy Speaker, Idris Wase, penultimate week rejected the petition from the Mutual Union of Chiefs in America, MUTA, brought before the House by the member representing Gwe East, Gwe West Federal Constituency, Mr. Mark Bila. The Deputy Speaker said Nigerians in the diaspora were not in the right standing to make a petition to the House. The rejection had, however, attracted widespread condemnations from Nigerians all over the world. Read reactions and all that. Of course, if you can find the Vanguard is saying that you can find the reactions in some other links. But Representative Honorable Mark Bila, representing Gwe East West Federal Constituency of Benue State, at Tuesday's plenary, Gbajabiamila, who presided over the plenary, accepted the petition. He said that the House of Representatives cannot discriminate against any Nigerian, wherever they may be, in any part of the world. He says, and I quote, "I believe this is the same petition that has been causing a lot of misunderstanding. The misunderstanding came from the issue of signature. Having cleared that misunderstanding, please go ahead and lay your petition to the given proper attention." Thank you, Honorable Mark Bila. Thank you for your patience, Gbajabiamila said. Okay, that headline, that story reads, Breaking, Gbajabiamila accepts or overrules Deputy Speaker, accepts diaspora chief's petition on insecurity. Wow. All right, so you know the ripples that has come in the wake of the attack on Governor Samuel Otom of Benue State. He has visited the president. And there's the story, Breaking, Buhari Otom meet in Aso Rock. Okay, so President Muhammadu Buhari on Tuesday met with Governor Samuel Otom of Benue State at the presidential villa, Abuja. Governor Otom was attacked by about 15 gunmen suspected to be herdsmen while on a visit to his farm in the state. He had alleged that the gunmen trailed his convoy to the riverbank where he was on foot with the security details and opened fire on them. Okay, so you know what that allegation has caused. It has generated outbursts and condemnations from his colleagues on the platform of the Nigeria Governors Forum, who described it as shocking and a rude awakening. The attempt to cut short his life. President Muhammadu Buhari had on Sunday ordered security agencies to carry out what he called an open and transparent investigation into the attack. All right, so that story, the headline here, Buhari Otom meets in Aso Rock. All right, so another story, still the Vanguard newspaper. 2023, North can't be threatened into submitting to separatist agenda. Northern Elders Forum here says, and the rider to that story says, vacation order to Northerners in South, brainchild of opportunistic politicians. The Northern Elders Forum, NEF, yesterday described as unfounded the fear that the recent maneuver by separatists in parts of the country will threaten the North's political fortune ahead of the 2023 elections. The NEF spokesperson, Dr. Akim Baba Ahmed, who stated this in a statement in Abuja, described the wave of irredentism sweeping the nation as the brainchild of some politicians desperate to occupy the highest office in the land. Okay. The headline of that story, 2023, North can't be threatened into submitting to separatist agenda, NEF here says. All right, so get you some of the other stories as they emerge on the program today. It's still talking points on Splash FM here in the city of Ibadan. 0809 155 1055, 0805 699 8678, and 07069 499 3000. Those are the numbers in case you'd like to join this conversation. Before I come to the conversation on the Nigerian state, by the way, the title for the theme for the 2021 Obafemi Awolowo lecture was Wither Nigeria. The word wither is so big there. You know, the bigness of that word, calls you to, an urgent attention as to what kind of nation do we have and where are we driving to? Oh, have you not asked yourself that question? When you add everything that's going on in the country together, put them in the same pot and cook it. What will it produce? So you have, insecurity, banditry, terrorism, you have kidnapping, you have, ethnic or regional, champions coming up and saying we're not part of this and we're not part of that and the rest of it. How do you get to really, how do you get a mind to be able to see into the future with this muck or this hazy atmosphere that surrounds conversations in this country? I thought I should ask you that question. Isn't it right to do that? Of course, this program is about getting conversations on about things that affect us as a people. By the way, in case you'd like to catch a glimpse of the goings-on in the studios, why not go to the Facebook, for instance, www.facebook.com/Splash FM Ibadan, Splash FM 105.5 Ibadan, and you'll find the live pictures. I mean the moving pictures. That's the way I like to describe it of what's going on at the conversation. For those who are online, you can quickly go there. just watch me. Okay, just watch me, and then let's get the conversation going. It's still talking points on Splash FM here in the city of Ibadan. Nigeria loses 800 billion naira monthly to lack of 24-hour port operation. Shippers Association here said. The president, Shippers Association of Lagos, Reverend Jonathan Nicole, has said that Nigeria loses over 800 billion naira monthly due to lack of 24-hour seaport operation. Okay, so you understand that. It said that in May 2017, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo signed an executive order directing resumption of 24-hour operations at the Apapa port and prohibiting touting in all seaports. However, the 24-hour operations have yet to commence in the seaports, while agencies sacked from operating at the seaports have returned to participate in physical examination of cargoes. Okay. So where do we go from here? Let's talk now. Nigeria loses 800 billion naira monthly to lack of 24-hour port operation. Shippers Association here says. All right. You remember the National Security Advisor's statement about the $1 billion arms money. Okay, so there is a ripple here. Reps summon CBN governor, Chief of Army Staff over $1 billion arms deal. House of Representatives Monday expressed deep concern over the lukewarm attitude of some top government officials of the ongoing investigation into the purchase of $1 billion to fight insurgency activities in the country, and summoned the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, and the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Ibrahim Atahiru, to appear before a special committee to answer queries over the purchase of arms. All right, the headline for that story: Reps summon CBN governor course over $1 billion arms deal. Ondo State people here in the news. Ondo people have chosen to stay in Nigeria, Akeredolu says. Ondo State Governor Mr. Rotimi Akeredolu on Monday said the people of the state have elected to stay in the Federal Republic of Nigeria as constituted at present. He also said no part of the entire state known and delineated as Ondo State shall permit any gathering or agitation which may suggest, however remotely, that the people are in support of unthinking rabble-rousing. Oof. All right, so let's see. A part of that story says, distancing himself and the people of the state from secession agenda and agitation from some people across the country. The governor attributed the agitations to grievances arising from the challenges of nationhood. The governor said, and I quote, the noises generated by seeming inaction or passive indifference on the part of elected and appointed representatives of the government at all levels appears to be responsible for the growing disaffection in the land. All right, so you can find that story in the Nigerian Tribune. Ondo people have chosen to stay in Nigeria. What say you in this matters? Talk to me now. 0809-155-1055, 0805-699-8678, and 0706-949-3000. All right, so while I'm waiting for your calls to materialize, I'll just very quickly go to the conversations I talked about, the conversations around, the Nigerian nation. I remember I told you the title of the lecture, or the theme of the 2021 Obafemi Awolowo lecture was Whither Nigeria. So let me get you to, catch a glimpse of Chief Anya Okuwoke after this caller. Hello, good afternoon.
Comrade Sade Monago from UI, well done over there.
Yeah, thank you, Comrade Sado. Welcome.
See, it is not only Ondo people that have decided to live in Ondo, but we are Nigeria, we are Nigeria, we don't have any other country. But my concern is that we're actually moving towards Hutus or Tutsis or Rwanda genocide, because the way Hutus was changed by the yes-men is a critical clarity that we are more conflict than now. The federal government not taking the rightful step. So why are we facing the S-men over all Nigeria? Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, so a big question there. Okay, so you'd like to talk to me. Let's see, get engaging with us on the program. Comrade Sado asked the question, why are we placing the herdsmen above Nigerians? But okay, so those are some big questions that we'll be talking about in the Nigerian nationhood. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Welcome to Talking Points today.
Yeah, my name is S.B. Abote.
Yes, sir.
The big question is, has Akeredolu held a referendum so that he can decide for the people? Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Aboduri, for that question. Has he held a referendum? I'll not be able to answer your question, really. I don't speak for the governor. All right. Thank you very much for calling. Okay. So the whole essence of it is that, when we ask such questions, you also need to ask the question from the other side. And that is that, has anybody really asked anybody to represent anybody in conversations around whether they want to stay in Nigeria or not? Isn't that the right question to ask? Mr. Bodun, are you still there? Okay, so in case you'd like to talk to me, please go ahead and do that. We've got quite some time for more calls to arrive now. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this is Joseph Oluwasegun.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to talk about the Akeredolu. I totally support people. I don't have a goal to support me.
Okay.
So I still belong to Nigeria. So the boy is talking on his own.
Okay.
Let's ask him, how does he come about his money?
All right. Thank you very much for calling, sir.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Oluwasegun, there asking questions. All right. You'd like to talk to me? Just one more call before I go on this break on Talking Points Splash FM here in the city of Ibadan. That caller is here now. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, this is Odayo.
Mr. Odunayo, where are you calling from, please?
From Ibadan here.
All right. Let's talk, sir.
Yeah, we don't have much to say. Our graduation have already expired 7 and 14. So it's not necessary we must speak together. Let's come to the random and let everybody speak.
Okay.
That's my own. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. The amalgamation has expired, and so let's sit down and talk. And that's basically the tempo of what I'm going to be bringing to you next. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You're welcome to Talking Points on Splash FM. Mr. Babayemi, right?
Yes, you're Babayemi from Akpata.
Yes, sir.
I think what we need is restructuring. Maybe he doesn't understand the situation. What we need is actual restructuring inside Nigeria. So that the Southwest will be able to control our own resources, to have our own state police, and determine our future in this country. So that is what we need. But I think Akeredolu must have offended them for asking the Fulani to leave the forest. He's trying to compensate them now by doing that so that they can pardon him for what he said before. People after that statement, remember that he will leave that office and come back to us after 4 years. We should not forget that, because we are Yoruba and we will continue to be Yoruba.
All right.
So, good afternoon.
Thank you very much for calling, sir. Thank you indeed. All right, commercial break and I'll be back. When I come back, Chief Emeka Anyauku will be talking to you about Nigeria. And I'd like you to particularly, listen attentively and carefully for his choice of words in defining the Nigerian nation. Please don't go away. Still Talking Points on Splash FM.
Uncle Dentist, wetin be cavities and how Colgate take dey protect my teeth from cavities? Shey dey use comfort?
No dear, na hole for teeth dey cause most tooth pains wey be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection take brush every day, the confirmed formula go help keep natural calcium inside our teeth wey go protect them from tooth decay.
Time don reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate, because Colgate locks calcium in.
Keep cavities out!
Now, the Nigerian Dental Association, they recommend Colgate.
My people, better don land. Make una come see ogbonge cable wey dem manufacture for we obodo Nigeria. Na Pure cables. Pure cables na correct electrical cable wey dey reliable, dependable, and the people wey dem make am call dey safety conscious. Pure cables get original copper and aluminium cable for different sizes dem wey you fit use for electrical wiring level for anywhere. Whether na your house, abi na your office, the price nko e no dey tear pocket at all. Nationwide distribution don start. For more information, call 0808 030 3257 0808 030 3257. Pure Cable and Wire Limited. They have print compound 40 gate 122/132 Oshodi Apapa Expressway, Iyano Solo bus stop, Lagos. Pure Cables, Nigerian electrical contractors endorser, SON approver. Pure Cables, na Yubico.
Laugh Matters with Benga Adeyinka and friends returns with a vengeance.
Yeah, featuring Nigeria's finest Q-Dot, Vector, Amababa, Dr. Smart, Azados, Mike Abdul, Baba Laria, Larry J, Pederu, Fabulous Peasy, Remote, Dr. Whiteberry, Paul the Good Guy, Olympia, Shete, Nepa Boys, Yemi Elesho, Barry J, BJ Sachs, Baptista, and many more. Date, Easter Sunday, April 4th, Jogger Center, 3 p.m. Ticket, 3K, 5K, 10K, 250K, 500K. Tickets available at Hanson's Palms Mall, Ultima Restaurants, Ace Supermarkets, Grand X Stores, and online at areatickets.com. Buy any tickets and stand a chance to win a plot of land courtesy Revolution Plus Properties, powered by Maltina, supported by Cruiser Lounge and Bistro, Extension Publication, and the New York State Government. Media partners
105.5, The Splash.
We are observing all COVID-19 protocols. No face mask, no entry.
Laugh Matters with Benga Adeyinka and friends. Expect the unexpected.
Ìbàdàn 9 mobile 4G LTE ti balẹ̀ gùdẹ̀. àfihàn eré ìdárayá bí wọ́n ṣe ń gbá wọn ní yàjó àyàtọ̀. ìpè lórí fídíò àwọn ọmọ rẹ̀ rẹ́kẹ́sẹ́ iṣẹ́ yóò máa lọ ní rọrùn kò sí yọnu. bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o Ìbàdàn ẹ jẹ́ gbádùn ìmọ̀ ẹ̀rọ ayélujára pẹ̀lú ojúlówó 4G LTE lórí àtẹ data 9 mobile gba gígábáìtì méjì pẹ̀lú wíwà lórí social media lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ fún ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ́gbẹ̀ta náírà, gígábáìtì méje pẹ̀lú wíwà lórí social media lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ ẹgbẹ̀rún kan lé lẹ́ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ́gbẹ̀ta náírà àti gígábáìtì mẹ́ta àtààbọ̀ dátà lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ lálẹ́ ní àwọn àṣàyàn olóṣooṣù fún dátà ẹlẹ́gbẹ̀rún kan náírà àti jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. tẹ *200*3*1# láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìlànà àtàdéhùn wàṣà o. 9 mobile.
Mama Caro, abeg help me tell this my customer say this vegetable pass the price wey she dey price so na. Abeg.
Auntie, abeg make you sef add small money now, Look the vegetable now.
Look am
Ìyàwó,
you sef no wan just know customer again abi.
With your big belle. Just come fresh well.
Hey, customer.
And your hands and your leg just comot. Ìyàwó, I no see say your hand and leg swell up like this o.
That's why e be for 3 days now.
No, The last time wey I get belle, dem tell me for antenatal say if woman leg and hand swell up like this when she get belle, say na dangerous thing.
Danger wetin? I for register for this antenatal since so. Abeg, help me look sure. Make I go my oga shop go tell am wetin.
Where you dey go?
This man no come tell market for me again.
Pregnant woman, protect yourself and your pikin wey dey belle. Register for antenatal today.
All right, welcome back. It's still talking points on Splash FM here in the city of Ibadan. And was talking about this webinar that I attended on the 6th of March, 2021, the 2021 Obafemi Awolowo lecture. And quite a number of talking points on that program. And I'd like to bring the few of them. I just want you to listen to this eminent and distinguished Nigerians talking. First, Chief Emeka Anyaoku, remember him, was former Secretary General of the Commonwealth of Nations, and he made quite a number of statements about Nigeria, saying that every ethnic group has something to benefit from Nigeria. He says that there is no group that does not stand to gain from one Nigeria. But after making that statement, he went ahead to make 4 postulations. I'd like you to listen to him now, and then let's talk after that. It's still talking points on Splash FM here in the city of Ibadan.
My first point is that there is no section or ethnic group in Nigeria that does not stand to gain from belonging to the one country of the size and resources that is of Nigeria. Therefore, it is and should be in the common interest of all the ethnic groups and sections of this country and all the component parts of this country to sustain, nourish, and progress this, our one country. My second point is that the current state of affairs in the country is not sustainable if the country is to avoid becoming a failed and broken state. There are undeniable facts about the current situation in our country. And I say they are undeniable because they are real facts. First, in addition to the country's economic underperformance, with its evident consequence of growing poverty among the population, there is worsening insecurity of life and property, which is now spreading from the north to all parts of the country. Not a single day passes without reports of many people having been killed and kidnapped, including many young students from their schools. The latest incidents include the kidnapping of 617 boys and girls from their schools in Kagara and Jangebe. And in the last 3 days, of 60 women and children in Zamfara. There are also incessant reports of people being killed in their farms and their homes being destroyed by terrorists, now euphemistically described as bandits, and reports of women and young girls being raped. Indeed, human life in Nigeria has become so cheap that the society is now being progressively inured to regarding loss of human life as being of little consequence. And accompanying all this is a growing level of distrust and divisiveness among the different ethnic and religious groups, which are undermining the cohesion and threatening the continued existence of one Nigeria. The question must therefore be asked, for how long can the leadership of Nigeria continue to ignore these facts, which have led many of our prominent citizens, including former heads of state with impeccable commitment to the unity of Nigeria, to warn about the inevitable calamity if these challenges are not effectively dealt with urgently. My third point is to say once again that it has become quite clear that these national challenges cannot be effectively tackled under our present type of federal system of government. After my over 34 years of close association with governance in the 54 member countries of the Commonwealth, I can say with reasonable confidence that from the experiences of other countries whose national attributes are comparable to Nigeria's, there is abundant evidence to show that a federal system that is based on more economically and socially viable federating units with a less dominant central government is what will restore stability and more assured economic development. Although there are the essential ingredients of genuine freedom of speech and association, rule of law, an independent judiciary, accountability of the government to the governed, every stable democracy is based on the characteristics of the country concerned. I believe that in constitutional governance, the model for Nigeria should be India and not the United States of America, with its many immigrant population, where it was relatively easier for its leaders to define the country's ethos, the country's national ethos that underpins its constitutional government. In contrast, India is a country of diverse population whose component parts have lived in their separate areas for centuries, but which has succeeded in sustaining its united country and its thriving democracy. Nigeria's national attributes have much more in common with India's, and so a Nigeria with a governance structure that is informed by its national attributes can, I believe, aspire to equal, if not surpass, the level of democratic political stability and economic development that India has achieved with its own autochthonous federal system of governance. My fourth and final point is, what do we do in order to arrest the current deteriorating situation in our country? Here, I join in calling on the federal government and the National Assembly to urgently organize an all-inclusive national dialogue. The dialogue should take into account the recommendations of previous national conferences and the many proposals emanating from various major stakeholders, with a view to modifying our present governance structure and producing a consensus constitution that can truthfully be described as the product of we, the people of Nigeria. I would like to conclude my remarks by stressing the view that with the current challenges confronting the country, it is only a restructured development of all sections of the population with equity, justice, and fairness that will secure the integrity and political stability of Nigeria, as well as the achievement of its deserved economic development.
We have come to the end of the cooking competition. World famous chef Big Shot will decide the best food.
Wow, he has finished the food. So, who will he crown winner?
And it's a tie, ladies and gentlemen. All the chefs have been declared winners.
Woo!
Ladies, what's your secret?
No matter where you come from or your taste, you can make great meals every time with Onga, the seasoning of Niger, now made with locally sourced soya for more nutritional benefits.
Onga, Mama's helping hand.
Honey, let's get ready for Easter like no other.
Here we go again. Money, spending.
Come on, honey. Plenty options for us to pick from the Foodco Easter Sales Bonanza to celebrate Easter with range of incredible low prices.
Really, darling?
Yes, of course. For flash sale incredible offer. Buy Big Bull Rice 25 kg at 11,999 naira 99 kobo. And get Coca-Cola 50cl pack of 12. And Sunola Soya Oil 1 liter free.
What?
Other great offers include Malta Guinness pack of 6 at 749 naira 99 kobo. Milo Energy drink 500 gram refill fuel at Naira 49.99 Buy Binotun Blender BLG 403 and get Lola Soya Oil 1.9 liters free. Dry Iron D1 108 and get Sunlight Detergent 900 gram free. Plus many more mouth-watering offers this Easter at Foodco.
Wow.
And take advantage of Foodco Easter Awu, available in all Foodco outlets in Ibadan. Promo runs from 26th March to 5th April. Offers available while stock lasts. Terms and conditions apply.
Make the most of the new normal with Nokia smartphones. Stay connected to friends and family with phone calls and video chats for longer with a 2-day battery life. And capture the beauty around you, snapping and sharing crisp pictures. The Nokia 5.4, 3.4, and Nokia 1.4 make staying connected easier. Nokia smartphones. Trusted, always secure, and built to last.
Oṣù Abíyì, oṣù àpẹ́lẹ́, oṣù ẹ̀yọ́nú tún ti dé o. Oṣù Ramadan tí gbogbo èèyàn máa ń jí fàfàmìàfàmìà lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run ọba Allah pẹ̀lú ṣíṣe àwọn onígbọ̀wọ́ ètò lọ́lọ́kọ̀ òjọ̀kan yálà lóru àti lọ́sàn-án àwẹ̀ Ramadan. Ìyẹn lórí ìkànnì ọmọlúwàbí Splash FM 105.5 àti Lágẹ̀lú FM 96.7. Àsìkò rẹ̀ ó látún ti wá fagbọ̀n kọ́rẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run ọba lékè ọlá pẹ̀lú ṣíṣe àwọn onígbọ̀wọ́ ètò bí oníṣẹ́jú 5, 10 àti 15. Bákan náà làǹfààní tún ṣí sílẹ̀ fún yín o láti kẹ́bùn wá fàmìàfàmìà fáwọn èèyàn láti máa fi ṣèfàjẹ́ lóru àwẹ̀. Ẹ tètè máa bọ̀ wá o sí ìkànnì ọmọlúwàbí Splash FM àti Lágẹ̀lú FM òkè gájòkè láti wá ṣòǹgbọ̀wọ́ àwọn ètò nínú lámàlánà yìí. Fún ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé ẹ pè Amir Lukman Tijani sórí nọ́mbà yìí 080-733-21933. Oṣù àwẹ̀ Ramadana tó wọlé dé yìí Ọlọ́run ọba ò ní dùn wá ládàá Allahumma àmín.
ọ̀rẹ́ mi àkànní ó kàn ń bẹ lọ́wọ́ mi ó sì wù mí kí n fi dókòwò.
ṣé kí n mọ́ tàn bóròdì. fresh farms ni kó o bá dòwò pọ̀ ló bá kẹ́sẹ̀ rọ̀nù lé lówó rẹ̀ ó bá máa ṣiṣẹ́ fún ọ.
Sọ̀rọ̀ tó ti dé o fún gbogbo èèyàn. Ìgbélárugẹ iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ abisuta lóko abàgbàdo bọ̀kọ̀ àlọ́run ebè. Fresh farms iléeṣẹ́ abánipilẹ̀ ọlà lẹ́ka ètò ọ̀gbìn ló ń ṣe bẹbẹ láti máa fi iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ pilẹ̀ ọlà fún gbogbo èèyàn nípa pípín èrè oko òòjọ́ fresh farms produce káàkiri orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà àti nípa ìbánidókòwò lẹ́ka ètò ọ̀gbìn tẹ́sí máa rèrè ní tabua ní ìlànà àròjẹ àti taládà ńlá. Ẹ lè dókòwò lórí ọ̀gbìn kaṣú gbàgùdá ata tòmátì àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Tẹ́sí tún lóore ọ̀fẹ́ láti máa tọpinpin èrè oko yín lórí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára àti lójúkorojú. Ìlànà ìgbàlódé tó wáyà ní fresh farms ti ṣàgbékalẹ̀ yìí o. Fún àlàyé kàn sí wọn lórí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára www.freshfarms.ng tàbí ká ẹ pè sórí ẹ̀rọ ìbáraẹnisọ̀rọ̀ yìí 09073612624. Fresh farms pípín èrè oko òòjọ́ dìrọ̀rùn.
Wow, it's here! What's that? What's here, Mom?
The new Maxi 20 hand sanitizer.
Tell me about it, Mom.
The new Maxi 20 hand sanitizer is carefully produced to help us fight germs and provide the right protection for every family.
Introducing the new Maxi 20 hand sanitizer to help you fight germs every day.
Mom, now I can clean up germs that touch my hand and be fine, right?
Yes, son, you can, because Maxi 20 will keep you protected.
Yippee!
Maxi 20, war on germs. Another quality product from Intercontinental Distillers Limited.
Splash FM 105.5.
All right, you're welcome back. It's still talking points on Splash FM here in the city of Ibadan. Chief Emeka Anyaku, they're saying that the current state of affairs of the country is not sustainable. I talked about worsening insecurity, incessant reports of farmers killed in their farms by terrorists. He talked about human life being becoming so cheap. And there's a preponderance of divisive voices. Federal system, as we have it in Nigeria, is not sufficient to address the issues. He talked about Nigeria modeling, our governance structure after India rather than US. And talked about modifying the present governance structure and also getting a new constitution that will be representative. He talked about a restructured nation. Let's see how you react to some of these issues. But that will be after you have listened to Sultan of Sokoto, Saad Abubakar, who also made some statements there. I'd like you to listen to the Sultan of Sokoto as well. Listen now.
I'd like to call on all of us here, because most of us as elders in our various communities, we all know what nation building has been. And of course, nation building has always been a very slow and painstaking process. This is particularly so when these nations are created by a colonial fiat. The colonial authorities use the divide and rule techniques, where insinuations of suspicions among different peoples and tribes was the main tool of governance. By disrupting the slow but sure process of social integration, they generate social tension, which needs to be managed over time to avoid conflicts. Our founding fathers have done a lot to ameliorate these challenges, heal a lot of these wounds and suspicions. Even when the bitterness planted led to civil war, the military leaders who brought civil war to its end quickly created policies like the policy of no victor, no vanquished, which did a lot to assuage the bitterness and douse the tension. Similarly, policies like the NYSC, which gives young people the opportunity to live and know other fellow citizens across the country, the setting of various unity schools in different parts of the country, and the visits between international institutions and holding joint meetings, etc. And all these and many more went a long way to bring about healing, understanding, and accommodation. Unfortunately, some of these gains were eroded over time. Today, we are at brink again. In the last few months, tempers have run very high. Reckless statements from ethnic champions have provoked all manners of reactions, which subsequently led to the loss of human lives and the property and livelihoods of many citizens. While this was fueled by the social media, the inaction of government has allowed many avoidable loss of lives to happen. We must quickly learn our lessons. State actors, which have the primary responsibility to protect lives and property, must be alert and prompt in their duties and responsibilities. Our role as traditional and religious leaders is to educate and restrain our followers and other citizens, many of whom have not witnessed the civil war and hence glorify it with their reckless speeches. War is not something to wish for, even when you think you will eventually win. During my career as a military officer, my tour of duty took me to Pakistan and the borders of Afghanistan, of course, Iran, Iraq, and Saudi Arabia. And I saw conflicts and deaths and destructions of lives with people who were otherwise comfortable, finding themselves in IDP camps with all the indignity and sufferings. Before then, I was in Liberia and Sierra Leone, where I saw the results of ravaging civil wars with inhuman atrocities afflicted on fellow citizens, and this had left a deep scar on the side of these nations. And the most recent examples are the happenings in Syria and Yemen, and these are still very fresh in our minds. In all cases, the conflicts disrupted their progress and destroyed their opportunities, and they are still struggling to catch up with the rest of the world. We need to appeal to our senses to realize that no one has a monopoly of violence, and returning violence with violence only multiplies violence. It is not bravery to attack vulnerable people when you can resort to law. It is savagery. As the great African leader Nelson Mandela observed, and I quote, "Great anger and violence can never build a nation." Or, as Jani, a 13th century Sufi, would say, "Raise your word, not your voice. It is rain that grows flowers, not thunder." As educated elites, we must reflect deeper and learn from the history of other countries. Societal problems are human, and we should be educated enough to know that we can solve our problems without having to carry a stick, much less fire a gun. No problem is beyond dialogue. Even when you do go to war, at the end of it all, we must sit around the table to work out peace. So if you know we can find peace through dialogue, why resort to war? We need to reiterate our calls on government at both federal and state levels to act promptly, swiftly, and decisively. Any inaction may be construed as weakness. Governments must send clear signals and walk its talk. traditional institutions, even as they have no control of the coercive instruments of states, can do a lot to restrain their people from taking laws into their hands, for these institutions enjoy the trust and confidence of their people. It is my hope that we shall all rise to the challenges, each doing his or her bit, and together we shall surely salvage our country and bring it back to the path of greatness and that of its potentials. We must never be afraid of talking to one another on all issues affecting us.
All right, we must never be afraid of talking to one another. That's the concluding statement there of Alhaji Saad Abubakar, the Sultan of Sokoto, His Eminence. And he also talked about the fact that we are on the brinks in this nation. And reckless statements from ethnic champions in action of government has fueled, the crisis. The aftermath of war is not palatable. It called on government to act swiftly and promptly, and also asked the traditional leaders to restrain their people. How do you react to some of these questions or some of these matters? 0809 155 1055, 0805 699 8678, and 07069 499 3000. Let the calls come now. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay.
By Sahad Abubakar.
Okay.
That no problem is beyond dialogue.
Okay.
But when our leaders continue to keep silent, that is where we have problems. We know the tribes that are terrorized, that are causing all this, and our president remains silent. If our president used to talk immediately after that incident happened, this thing will not boom like this one. So no problem is beyond dialogue. Our leaders should not continue keeping silent.
All right.
Enough is enough. All right.
All right. Thank you very much for calling, sir. Okay. So let's talk. We have to talk. That's the postulation there. All right. Talk to me now. 0809 155 1055, 0805 699 8678. Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello, Mr. Michael.
This is Talking Points on Splash FM. What's the name?
Yeah, this is easy.
Yeah, easy. Let's talk easy.
Yeah, for the ultimate time, we say from all the statements, we hear leaders say, we're the brink, Nigeria is the brink of collapse. Can I ask how many times you have heard that? Nigeria is the brink of collapse. Nigeria will soon collapse. You got it in thought.
Okay.
Who once said so? Seven Nigerians said so. So I was just, is it just rhetoric? We've been talking too much, myself. We've been talking too much in this country.
So
we're going to continue talking. We'll continue to talk.
So what do you do?
When the worst happens. So what I'm telling you,
let's continue to talk. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Let's continue to talk.
Yes, this is my point. The president is there. He said, relax. And he feels that the country is okay. I can't imagine. It's really, and a president who is ready would see that as just one solution. Should we apply the compact? Should we go regional? It's just there.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Eze, for calling. Thank you very much for calling. Okay. 0809 155 0805 0805 155 1055 0809 155 1055 0805 699 8678 and 07069 499 3000. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. This is why you're calling back.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, the Sokoto man I just saw.
It's not a Sokoto man, no. It's the Sultan of Sokoto.
He was in this country, and hear what happened about 2 days ago or 3 days ago with Autumn. What did they do, or what did they say about those people? Those groups that came out and said they are the ones in charge of the attack.
Okay.
See, now the president didn't say anything. The IG is there, keep quiet.
The president has said that the president has ordered investigation into it. Or even Governor Tom was with the president today.
please, if you want to put an investigation, if you be on the thing that you don't know who do it, but the group have already come out. They say by themselves. They have already bring out the investigation by themselves. No, they don't need to run thing at all. Don't go ahead and arrest those people.
Okay.
But they cannot because they are full on it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling Odunayo. There's also giving a perspective on the matter. Another caller here. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
You're welcome to Talking Points on Splash FM. What's the name, please?
Olatunbosun is my name.
Yes, sir.
Well, I don't really understand why some of our Nigerians, they are trying to be more practicing hypocrisy. Governor Zulum has been attacked maybe like twice or thrice last year. The PDP governors or some other PDP whatever couldn't raise an eyebrow then. So now, the governors that they were clamoring that they were being attacked whatsoever, this is Nigeria. So let's go back to history. In the Anambra, a governor was kidnapped. Here in Oyo State, NURCW removed a sitting governor and even did not fall. So let these governors, let the local government administration work properly, function, whereby every crime, every criminal is local. So let them make the third tier of governance. Let them make it work. So with that, they'll be able to fish out the criminals within every locality. And the security votes, are they spending it? Most of them are they are turning to trillionaire and small gods whenever they assume that office. So they God guide us, right? Let everybody do the needful.
Akiloye, thank you very much for calling. Interesting questions that you asked there. I'll not be able to answer really. But I guess that will be all for today. Oh, we have a caller. Let's attend to this one in 30 seconds. Hello, good afternoon. We lost that. Please, okay, so you can make the remaining calls after, now during the, game on. It will be good to, have you win something, isn't it? Okay, so I like to say this. Make sure you keep talking about Nigeria. Let's talk about our problems as a people. And we might just, get to a point where the solutions will come from the talking. I like to say this. Make sure you do everything within your power to keep this nation together and make it great. You see, every great nation in the world has great people. If you become a great person, your country will become better. And that's the message I'm preaching today. And do not dump refuse in the water. Remember, the rains are here. My name is Michael Olatunbosun. About the news update in a moment. After that, game on. Keith or Catherine, if you like, is in the studio already. I'll join you again on Thursday.
Splash FM